So there's this thing that annoys me. Actually, a lot of things annoy me, but most of them would make bad videos, so we're just going to talk about this one thing. So I have a pretty obsessive personality. I don't just like things, I love them. This is evidenced by the fact that I have not one but 2 personalised Hogwarts letters, the fact that I own every single DVD of Doctor Who in existence, and the fact that I quite literally cried thinking about Fall Out Boy last night. I tend to find one thing and then kind of fixate on it, and I will not shut up about it, and to this day I think I'm the reason most of my friends hate Frozen, because I wouldn't stop talking about it. At the moment, you may be able to tell my obsession is the web show Carmilla. You should check it out, it's good, but that's my obsession and that's basically all I talk about. But whenever I get out of one of these obsessions, I find myself embarrassed by it. Like, I don't want to think about the months that I spent writing Frozen fanfiction or wearing a cape from Attack on Titan. But why? Why am I so ashamed to have enjoyed something intensely? I think as humans, one of our best qualities is passion, but we've kind of created this idea that the coolest you can possibly be is to be like unaffected and broody and not care about anything, and I hate it. I feel like it's time we started romanticizing enthusiasm, and I feel like a way we can do this is to get rid of the concept of guilty pleasures. Quite a while back, I was in a music shop and I bought 2 CDs. One was Fall Out Boy and one was One Direction. And the guy at the counter, for some reason, thought that he had to make some comment about how they were totally different bands and I couldn't like both of them because God forbid someone enjoys both pop punk that's kind of on the pop side and pop. And like, music snobbery is one of the most annoying things in the world. You know those people. I'm so glad I listened to The Cure and not Nicki Minaj or any of that pop rubbish. Like, I listen to real music. I know those guys because I was one of those guys when I was 12 and then I grew up. I realised that all music counts as real music and there's nothing wrong with liking happy poppy chart stuff if that makes you happy. Which brings me back to guilty pleasures. I hate them. Even just think about the phrasing. Okay, guilty pleasures. Something that makes you happy that you feel bad about. How ridiculous is that? We're meant to feel bad for being happy now? Okay, why don't we just cancel Christmas? Something else I've noticed is that it's almost always girls getting shamed for this kind of thing. Now, I'm not here to go on a feminist rant, although I could, but think about it. The biggest guilty pleasures in the world, let's see, okay, Glee, John Green, One Direction, Taylor Swift. Notice a pattern? Almost all largely female fan bases. I'm not saying this doesn't affect boys, because if a boy likes these things, chances are they'll get just as much, if not more, flack for it. But if someone is really passionate about something that's stereotypically seen as boyish, for example, I don't know, starting a fight over a football team, that's seen as not too bad. That's not uncool. So let me get this straight. It's uncool for me to cry about a fictional character that I've kind of connected deeply with dying, but it's okay to cry about an arbitrary ball hitting the back of an arbitrary net, giving somebody arbitrary points. And that's not to say you're not allowed to like football, okay? That's the exact opposite of what I'm trying to say, because I feel like we should just get rid of all of this snobbery and just let people like what they like. If you like something cool and old and vintage, like the Beatles or Joan Jett, then that's awesome. But if you like Nicki Minaj or One Direction, that's also awesome. And if you like all of them at the same time, my glasses fell off. I have a rocky relationship with New York Times bestselling author John Green, but something that he said has stuck with me. He said that nerds are allowed to be unironically enthusiastic about stuff. Really? Only nerds are allowed to like stuff? This exemplifies exactly what I'm trying to say, which is that for some reason it's seen as uncool or even nerdy to like things. You may have noticed in these videos I have a habit of yelling because I get really passionate about like every single subject, and I think personally it's one of my better qualities. So that was my rant for today. If I've made you angry with my disdain for John Green or my love of One Direction, then okay, now you're caring about something. Go do something with that energy. Thank you for listening. I will see you at some point. Goodbye.